The Caro-Kann with c6, d4, d5 is known as one of black's most solid lines against 1e4 and is notoriously difficult to break down. At club level, it might be played by the old chap with the pipe who just sits there and waits for you to impale yourself on his rock-like defensive wall. I've played against guys like this myself. You can find them at every level of competitive chess. The way to beat them is with the move 3f3, which is one of the best kept secrets in the modern game, known only to attack-minded GMs such as David Bronstein, Joe Gallagher and Julian Hodgson. It used to be known as the fantasy variation, but I prefer to call it the Caro Krusher. The move 3f3 would certainly have warmed the heart of that great classical chess thinker Wilhelm Steinitz, because white simply supports this pawn on e4, which together with the pawn on d4 makes up a broad pawn centre. Now this f3 move might seem quite extravagant, but after black has played this passive move c6, it's well and truly possible. Black has three main plans in this position. The first one is to try to smash open the position with either e5 or d takes e4, and after f takes e4 then play e5. And this is the first plan that I'm going to look at. In the second section I'll be looking at the move e6, which frees up this bishop on f8 and incidentally threatens d takes e4, and after f takes e4 the horrible move queen h4 check. Finally, we'll take a look at another solid continuation for black, the move g6, which combines keeping the position closed with putting this bishop on g7 from where it pressurises the d4 square. Against each of these modes of development, I'm going to show you what I think is the most effective setup for white. The only other move to see the light of day for black has been the move knight f6. But this is really a second-rate reply because white can play e5, and after knight g8 I think that white can play a very powerful move in this position with c4. And if black takes this, d takes c4, white plays bishop takes c4, and will then follow up with a pattern of development with knight c3, knight ge2, and probably bring this bishop out to e3, obtaining a real grip in the middle of the board. The immediate e5 by black is the kind of gambit treatment that no Caro-Kann player would really ever dream of. But occasionally you might have to meet this, so I'm going to show you what Joe Gallagher does, and something that he's won a lot of games with in fact. He plays d takes e5, and after bishop c5, which is really black's only logical move, he plays his knight out to c3, attacking this pawn on d5. Now black's move here is queen out to b6, but then white reveals the point of his idea by allowing this check on f2 and going knight a4. If black then goes bishop f2 check, white plays the move king e2, and now there's no square for this queen on b6 to go to and still protect the bishop on f2.